I'm on a mission to collect every playable character from LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga video game. While only about half of the characters can be made from official LEGO minifigure releases, custom designers have stepped in with unique prints, molds, and sometimes rare non-official colors to fill in the gaps, making it possible to complete the collection in its entirety. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Let's dive into the latest update. What's up everyone, Jake with Psychwalker Studios here. I just wanted to say thanks for stopping by. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate you guys and the support on this series of videos. And just a heads up, on the channel there are a couple of other Complete Saga related videos. I actually did a full video essay analysis slash breakdown of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga video game. It's an in-depth deep dive slash love letter to the Complete Saga, so check that out if you'd like. I'll pull that video up on the screen right now. Just wanted to throw that out there. If you're interested in those videos, go check that out. Without further ado, the next figure being added to the Complete Saga collection display is General Grievous. This figure will make a fine addition to my collection. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. This is a figure that I am very excited to add to the collection, and I actually found it at my parents' house in their attic. I went there for the holidays, and I dug through my old Lego bin and was able to retrieve this figure, and I was super excited to find it, but there are a couple of issues, a couple of caveats here. One is that obviously he is missing his cape, and unfortunately the cape is the most expensive aspect of this figure. Without the cape, the figure is not worth all that much. Plus, another unfortunate aspect of this figure in particular is that it has become yellowed. And if you aren't aware, the white Lego bricks will turn yellow due to a chemical reaction between the plastic and UV light, which degrades the material over time. Other factors like heat and humidity, certain chemicals in the plastics can accelerate this process. And since this figure was up in the attic, it was exposed to a lot of heat. So since I don't have the cape and this figure is yellowed, I am just going to order a replacement Grievous that is not yellowed and that includes the cape, but I will temporarily add it to the display case. I'm really glad to have this figure, although this Grievous design is clearly outdated and does not represent General Grievous all that well. If you're taking away the nostalgia bias, the newer versions of Grievous are much better. But again, if you played the Complete Saga growing up, I would imagine you share the same sentiment of nostalgia, of course, and unique charm that some of these older Lego minifigures had. One thing I do hope that a custom creator will make is a version of the Grievous head with the yellow eyes in the Complete Saga. The Grievous model actually does have yellow eyes, and I think that's a really cool touch. So I will continually be searching for a custom seller who ends up doing that. But Grievous is not alone in this collection update, because General Grievous does not travel without his Grievous bodyguard, aka the Magna Guard. This was one of my absolute favorite characters in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. I love the design, and I always thought it was so unfortunate that LEGO never made this minifigure, but thankfully there are custom designers and sellers who have gone the extra mile to make various versions of these figures. This particular version I ordered from American Brick Store, and although the figure he sells is completely made out of non-LEGO pieces, you may notice that the legs here are actually official Lego legs, and I will get to that shortly. But first, let's talk about the overall design of this custom minifigure. The main reason this requires a custom print is due to the torso piece. Lego never made the torso piece, and Lego obviously also never made this head print. And as far as the head print is concerned, I would say it's almost spot on. I've seen varying versions of the print quality with this particular seller, but I think that mine actually turned out really well. Although this was a relatively cheap figure to purchase, one thing that I'm not too happy about is the cape quality. I ordered a couple of these, and one of the capes just ripped as I was putting the head on. The head's not the easiest to place on since it's not official Lego. And yeah, one of the white capes just ripped as I was trying to put the figure together, so that was unfortunate. But I do want to speak briefly on my sort of philosophy behind custom minifigures. I'm generally a purist kind of Lego collector, but there are some cases where Lego just never made versions of minifigures, which forces collectors to either make their own or buy one from a custom seller, like the one I ordered this figure from. By all means, if Lego would have made the Magna Guard, that would be the one that I purchased. I think this was the closest closest version of the Magna Guard that I could find on the custom seller market, and so I'm happy to add it to the collection. And again, I think overall it's really solid. Now let me touch on my issue with the legs. So this is a shot of the figure with the legs that came with my purchase, and as you can see, they aren't quite accurate and they make the figure way too tall. Here he is next to General Grievous, and you can see there is such a size discrepancy here, which is not found in the actual Complete Saga video game. So I actually pulled the legs off of my medical droid from the Palpatine's shuttle set and placed them on this figure, and thankfully the colors are basically identical and you can't really tell a difference. I also may swap on some official Lego arms, so this figure is about 50% official Lego, and that makes me feel a bit better about it. But regardless, I think it passes the visual inspection, the visual test. If I'm looking at this minifigure in my collection case, I know it's the Magna Guard and it's accurate enough for me to feel okay adding it to the case. Here's one last look at General Grievous and his bodyguard. Let's go ahead and move them over to the display case with the rest of their buddies from the Complete Saga. Now we have 16 out of 126 playable characters from the game. As always, thank you so much for supporting this series. This is kind of a fun passion project for me, and so the fact that any of you watch these videos and support and like and comment means the world to me. Let me know which figures you're looking forward to. There may not be an update video next week. I'm waiting on a couple of big orders to come in, so it may be 2 weeks from now before there's another update, but I will do my best to get one out as quickly as possible. There's some really exciting ones coming up, a few in particular that I am stoked to make a video about. So the series will continue. It just may be skipping a week, but thank you as always for stopping by Sidewalker Studios. I'm Jake. Keep collecting, care for your mind, and may the force be with you.